Welcome to the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness. This is Tom Karen coming to you from Las Vegas. Nevada subscribers, members, creators, welcome back. Good morning. So, a lot to talk about today. And I'm going to start by just thanking everybody for being here, getting used to the live streams, right? Normally, I'm on for 20 to 25 minutes in a video, and I don't reshoot those. I don't edit them. It's just one and done. And but usually there's some flexibility here. But guys, I'm going to welcome that you can ask questions for sure on the chat. I might not get to them, but I'll certainly get to them in a future live stream. So there'll be some more live streams coming. I'm traveling. I think I told you I'm going to Vietnam. We're going to do some videos from Vietnam, and I'm going to try to do a live stream as soon as I can figure out the internet connections and make sure everything is suitable. All right, guys. Well, welcome, and I want to get to a few questions that came up regarding whether I respond to comments on the channel. And for those of you that have been with me nearly since the beginning, if you remember in the early days, I responded to every question in amazing detail. But these days, I really try to get it into videos because of the volume of the questions, because of the volume of the inbox. I now try to hit them in videos, and so it's sort of a natural movement with the channel. And I wanted to say, for those of you that are I don't talk about the coaching much, that are coaching with me, that are clients, there'll be some point where I'm going to have to make a switch there as well and start doing more group setting with the coaching, and that it will be coming. So for those that are regular clients that have been with me, no worries. But guys, just to give you a heads up of what's going on, a lot of energy, a lot of fun, and I'm loving every minute of it. And I love you guys. I love the comments. They're lovely. It's just so thrilling to really start each day with you. So I want to get to, I'm going to group some of these questions, but there were a lot of questions on the subconscious. Tom, I feel like my subconscious is sabotaging me. Tom, I think I have these beliefs, these subconscious beliefs that are blocking me, or I can't seem to get over my subconscious. Guys, I want to start with this idea that the subconscious is this big dark place out to get you. Out to ruin your life. It's not. I really want you to hear this. That subconscious, let's just call it consciousness, because that's what it is. And the door is always open. The door is always open, and you're the one opening the door. So I just want you to know it's just consciousness. And they're just beliefs. And beliefs are just thoughts that you thought a lot about. And you thought so much about them that you think they're true. You believe that they are reality. That's all. That's all we're talking about. Let's kind of put the light on this great subconscious. I know, I get it. Spiritual teachers, others talk about the reprogramming, talk about the journey and all that. And I'm just here to tell you that you have the door to that subconscious. It's your conscious mind. It's all consciousness. So it's not so much that these beliefs, what you might want to call limiting beliefs, but as I told you, they're just beliefs that that no longer serve you. It's not so much that these beliefs are blocking you. Okay, I really want you to hear this. In fact, let's start right now not calling them blocks anymore. Raise your right hand. Because we're calling them blocks creates the block. You guys know, you've been with me, and you've been with me long enough to know that when you create reality as you talk, as you feel, as you think, as you assume, as you react within, as you react without, you are a creator. You are a reality generator, and you are creating reality. So it's not so much, hear this is big. It's not so much that they're blocking you. It's just that those beliefs filter out everything. Hear it. Everything that doesn't align with those beliefs. So it's not that they're blocking anything. You're just not seeing it. You're not perceiving it. Your perceptions, hear this, are lining up with your filters. And those beliefs are your filters. So they're not blocking and they're not sabotaging, they're creating. So see, I would even stop using that word sabotaging. You're just creating, and you get to have flexibility with that, right? It's not so much that these beliefs are hidden. They're not hidden. They're not hiding out. They're invisible for sure, though, right? They're invisible assumptions. They're invisible beliefs, but of course they are. But that doesn't mean they're hiding out, and that doesn't mean you can't know them. So I really want to get to that. I really wanted to start with that. And here's what I want to say, guys. Remember, so you're going, Tom, well, how do I get over it? How do I create new beliefs? That's what your imagination's for. That's why you affirm. That's why you assume. That creates that persistence of moving in that new belief, of moving in that new assumption of whether you do a state akin to sleep and fall off to sleep with it, whether you do an alpha state, just a total state relaxation, whether you just assume it during the day. I had 2 clients yesterday. They don't do the imagining before they go to sleep. They just assume it. They just declared it. They said, you know what? I want to see the truth here of my assumptions. Immediate change, right? One of them, they got moved to a place, relocated where they wanted to get. And another, I think it had to do with her a special someone that reached out to her. But both of those cases, guys, was moving to that. So just be more, instead of reacting to 3D reality, embrace it. Be curious about it. What's going on there, right? If I'm looking, guys, I'm looking at the chat as I'm. So if I'm not looking directly at you, I'm just looking at the chat, making sure I get all your comments. Plus, I have your questions up here. But so I think one of you asked, and this was that I don't get it. There's some things that fall on my lap, and there's other things that I think I have a block with. And now we just debunk this idea of blocks, guys. So I really want you to hear that. So why didn't my, here's the big question. So why didn't I have my big board up there of a few of your questions right in front of me. So why didn't my subconscious accept it? I want you to hear this, guys. Your subconscious or consciousness accepts everything. It has no choice. You determine what to impress on it, but remember, everything's accepted, every thought, every feeling. But what then, you're saying, Tom, then what's happening? What's manifesting? Your predominant thoughts, feelings, and assumptions are manifesting, right? But it doesn't have any choice. It can't say, no, sorry, can't have that today. I'm not with you on that. It doesn't have a choice. It accepts everything. So it's not about acceptance. It's not about beating on it. Right? It's about dropping those seeds consciously focusing on what you want. Consciousness is the door, is the way, right? That's the way to your reality. And so remember, you believe some of your beliefs, they're core beliefs, right? They're root assumptions that you believe so long that you feel they're true. And these beliefs are filtering out everything that doesn't align with it. That's why you think it's truth. You're only seeing what your core beliefs, your root assumptions. I probably should have brought some water here, guys. I'm starting to get a little. So remember, your invisible assumptions, these invisible beliefs, you're seeing them as reality, right? That you're looking at them as reality when they're just simply thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about reality. We'll do more on that, but I just wanted to get that out, that it's not about non-acceptance. And I think one of you said, well, Tom, I don't agree. I've been imagining my wish fulfilled and it's still not coming. Well, the only thing that keeps it not coming is your belief that it's not coming. Do you hear this? Believe it and you will see it. We'll get more to that. So I'm going to hit another question here. Okay. So revision. One of you had a question on revision. And this question was a good one. I get it. But all of these questions on revision is, well, what about this? What, my SP has kids from another woman, or there's a third party, a fourth party, a fifth party, whatever it is, guys, it's a big party. But remember, when you assume your wish, when you take a stand in that consciousness and your assumption, you're not going to be at the same party. I've talked to you about this before. It's your party. You get to decide to invite, right? So I wouldn't focus on the 3D conditions, whether they have kids or not, and how to handle this or how to revise this. Remember, revision's about you. It's about revising it's about you becoming that person that is living that reality, right? Remember, it's about naturalness. How do you know it feels natural? How do you know it feels smooth? It feels easy. It doesn't feel like I'm trying to get anything or want anything or need anything. That's how you know, right? And so that's how I wanted to, we could talk about specifics. And I think this person was asking about specifics, how to deal with the kids, how to deal with this. But remember, it's not about that. It's about you becoming that person. When you become that person, reality forms around you, right? And remember, I think Seth from the Seth materials and Jane Roberts compared to beliefs like furniture. And, you can move them around, or you can just get rid of them all and get new furniture, right? But that's it. That's what you're seeing through. So I love that. Okay, let's get to another question, guys. Okay, so one of you asked, I think in an early video, maybe about a year ago, I talked about you just have to have 51%. You got to be headed there 51% of the way, and you're there, right? That if you're 51% in love with your creation, if you're 51% in your assumptions, you can move through that doubt and that fear. And that's true. Remember, love is infinitely more powerful than doubt and fear. Why? Because we make up doubt and fear. It's not source. Love is source. Love has the power of source behind it. So meanwhile, you're worried. You're doubting your doubt. You're fearing your fear. You're worried about your worry. And none of that matters as long as your vision, hear this, your vision, your assumption, your love of what you want is greater than your fear or doubt. Then you're there. Then you persist. When does it come? Remember, it's about intensity, not time. You are reality. I am is now, it's here and now, and it's always here and now. Once you really get that, right, and really understand that I am, that's who you are, that's creation, that's God, that's source, and you are that. And you're not in the future and you're not in the past, you're in this now moment. Then the kingdom and everything else is added on to you. So I really want to hit that. So yes, I think one of this certain subscriber was saying in terms of the thoughts of wish fulfilled, of being in your wish fulfilled. Remember, fulfillment is our natural state. So it's really about remembering. We have a bad memory. We just have a bad memory, right? We're always remembering things wrong. We're remembering that we're not infinite beings. We're remembering that we're not fulfilled. We're remembering that everything is not here and now, right? Everything's here and now. I just want to. What do I do every day? I just jog your memory, right? It's no big deal here, right? I know there's nothing new, right? There's nothing new. We talk about the same thing every day, but it's great. We talk about it in a different way. Why? We're infinite beings, and there's infinite ways to talk about it. So, okay, this is the question. I'll group these. But so the same thing, the same unfolding is happening. Exactly the same thing keeps happening over and over again. I'm manifesting the same reality. And this person saying it's not necessarily that it's unwanted or not. It's just the same circumstances. Hear this, guys. Hear it loud and clear. It's never the same. You are a reality generator. In each moment, with each movement of your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, are creating a new reality. Now, and as Abraham Hicks says, now and now and now and now, the now moment is moving, and you're creating a new reality. So what's happening then? And also hear this: that your beliefs and assumptions are new in every moment. Yes, they look a lot like the moment before. Yes, the reality looks a lot like you've lived 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 minutes ago, but they're different. right? As Esther Hicks would say, same places, different faces, different places, but the same old reality, right? So remember, um, and this person was talking about blocks, and again the subconscious. I would just call it consciousness. I mean, again, we can divide it up, but once you divide it up, there's so much baggage with the name the subconscious that you're just carrying that baggage, right? So let's get to another question. I know I'm a little all over the place, guys. I just want to make sure I get to some of you that have been writing me, not just the last few days, but for months. And I want to get to your questions. So, yeah. Oh, so here's the question. How do we discern when it's better to walk away from a 3D manifestation in order to have a blank slate, or to create something new when it's better to, or when it's better to align with the preferred version of the circumstance? Remember, you're always aligning with what you want. It's not about walking away from anything, right? 3D reality is a beautiful reality. It's just a viewpoint of ultimate reality. Do you hear that? It's a perception of a part of that all. You couldn't walk away from it if you wanted to. So it's never about walking away from 3D manifestations. It's about focusing on getting back, because that's the middle, right? You're trying to walk away from the middle. That middle's a mess. I'm going to walk away from it. Remember, it's the divine middle. We make it messy. I'm moving from calling it messy. We make the mess. Remember, focus on that end, that outcome wills the means. That outcome is everything. So get back to that. So it's not about erasing anything. You can't erase anything. It's infinity. Infinity is a massive, infinite container of everything. Every thought, every feeling, every creation is finished, right? But at the same time, the paradox is you continue to create. That's the beautiful thing. So let's get to the next question. And okay, so this person, another thing about I'm not understanding why it hasn't manifested, right? And here's the thing: when you ask that question, you got to just think about it. You're not in the identity of that person that is living that reality when you ask that question. Just and remember, and you're saying, well, no, but I was in it. But then I'm wondering, because time gets by, now I'm not in it. Guys, remember, there's only now. So it's about to stop looking and just being, right? Looking for it in 3D, waiting for it, wanting it, needing it to happen is everything that keeps you away from it, right? Feel that naturalness, right? Feel that power. So I'm not set on that one because I've talked a lot about that. Okay, so overwhelming 3D conditions. And then of course you went into detail about them. And I get it. We want to tell that story. But here's the thing. How do you navigate overwhelming? Well, you can't, because you think they're overwhelming. Do you get it, guys? You can't navigate what you think's overwhelming. You're just going to be overwhelmed, right? So remember that those conditions are changing as you change. Those conditions are just your current viewpoint of reality, right? When you move, they move. When you change, they change. We've talked about that in many different ways, right? And I get a lot of details on really trying to convince me of the specifics of how this is different, right? We're talking about homelessness and financial difficulties and divorce and all of that. And I get that, guys. But remember, all of those are created from within. And so when you want to see that change, you change it from within. When you change that assumption, everything starts changing. When? Immediately. That's why persistence is required. Remember that we are here to create. We are here to feel whatever we're going to feel, to see whatever we're going to see, and then choose again. Just keep choosing, right? So let's see here. Okay. So, all right. So any suggestions to stay in that I am awareness. You're always in that I am awareness. You can't escape it. You can't escape existence. You're always going to exist. So I get your question though, is that you sometimes you feel that you start feeling some feelings. You're translating that I am awareness. You're translating source into some 3D feelings that indicates that you are in that you're connected, that you're aligned. Guys, you don't, whether you feel it or not, you are. Know this. It's not always about feeling that high, that elevated emotion that feels like fulfillment, right? It moves to sort of a point where it's just knowingness and peace, right? So it's great when you're feeling that, but don't get start making it contingent on feeling that all the time, right? So, and then let's see here. Yeah, yeah, and I also mentioned that the key is to stop trying to stay in I am awareness and just be it. Just assume that you're in it. I'm telling you guys, this is when you move to that assumption, just like these two clients yesterday, it was immediate, right? They booked the session just to tell me about it, right? And then to decide what they wanted to do next with this awesome power, right? So like I used that superhero analogy, and one of them said that's exactly what it was like for me. I kept, getting caught on my own web. I kept falling out of the sky, but then I just kept getting up and persisting. And then you get it. Remember, it's never finished. There's no such thing as failure. Okay. So, Mr. Chelmsford, someone from Chelmsford. Hey guys, welcome. Chelmsford is my hometown there in Massachusetts. It must be someone that maybe I grew up with or no, but it's great. Welcome to the channel. Okay. And so I wanted to address this question of this client who's asked me several times that 14 years ago, so she's asking a question already, linear time is in there. Do you see it? Do you see how we live this stuff? And already it's there. And her daughter changed her name about 14 years ago on her prompting, I guess it's her mother's prompting. And she said her life's never been the same. And it hasn't, and she said, quote, it hasn't been good. Her personality has changed, and wants to know what to do. Well, guys, here's the thing. It didn't have to, but there was belief, right? That's a change of identity driven by that change in name, right? But remember, who am I is not about names, but a name can be powerful. And that name change prompted that identity. But remember, it's not about, and then you started saying, well, it's really difficult to change the name back. It's not about the name. It's about the belief within, and you're believing in it and she's believing in it. That can change right now. Right now, that can change. So you can decide how you want to see her, right? And that will change immediately. It's your assumptions that's the glue that's keeping that reality in place. And there's nothing beyond that. Yeah, it's those beliefs. Okay. All right, guys. So yeah. So that was the primary questions. I did want to reach out to a subscriber. I was going to do this at the beginning. I'll just call her Jay. She sent me a song, and I think it was her singing it. So she's got a beautiful voice, and the song is called "More Than Wonderful." And she just said, I discovered you a week ago, and so much has changed for me in that short week. And then she said, here's my way of saying thank you. Guys, I loved that. Thank you. I love the song. But I love that things are changing, because that's what we're here for. So guys, that's really what I want to ask. And remember that, in terms of anxiety and OCD and all of those, I have answered those questions, guys, in videos. I will hit those again. But remember, all those labels of OCD and has a and has a dominant trait to do this or a dominant trait to do that. That's all beliefs and assumptions, period. There are no facts, right? I think one of you said, Tom, I do believe, I'm going to read this from the board up here. I do believe, but there are limits. This is one that actually asked about OCD, asked about autism, asked about all of these questions, right? And some things just are just the facts of life. You hear this, guys. You know where I'm going to go with this. The facts of life. Remember, you create those facts. There are no facts outside of you. Assumptions are everything. You create your reality, period. As Seth, through the Jane Roberts material, would say, that's the only rule, that you create your reality. It's the only rule, right? And remember, how do you change all that stuff? By going within. It's your imagination. It's your assumptions. Whatever process. A lot of you guys ask me about processes, and I do. And some of you said there's a lot of videos, just so you know. And those of you who've been with me for a while, I do cover processes quite a bit. But what's the difference then? Because one of you wrote me, and I'm gonna hit this question because I feel that this person has written me quite a bit and said, you know, I learned this process from this channel, and this teacher told me this, and then a friend of mine manifested this using this process, so forth and so on, right? Went through all these processes. Why doesn't it work for me? Guys, remember, the processes are beautiful. They're a wonderful way to experience that power within you, but it's all about your inner authority. It's all about, no one can think for you. No one can assume for you. No one can believe for you. No one can be I am for you. It's completely unique to you. So it doesn't matter what process you choose. If you believe in that power, then you will be successful. Then you will live the life of your dreams. But if you don't believe, if you're doubting all the time, if you're looking for the next process, the next book that will hopefully give you the way. I think one of you asked me yesterday in email that, Tom, should I take this $600 manifesting course that another coach offered? Guys, I'm not going to, it doesn't, remember, what you do or don't do does not create reality. So if you feel inspired to do it, great. If you don't. But either way, before you take any course, line up with what you want, because in this lack, in that needing, in that wanting, it doesn't matter how many courses you take, nothing's going to change. But when you line up, you don't need anything but that inner authority, but you. It's all you. It's a beautiful thing. So I just wanted to hit that. Okay, guys. A little bit about the schedule, what's going on. So we're going to have hopefully a membership video today at some point. We're going to have more videos this week. And then towards the end of the week, I'm going to be traveling. So I might be out of pocket. You might see a day go by, or a day and a half, without a video, which is rare for me. But then I will be broadcasting probably the next video from Hanoi. And so stay tuned for that. Lots going on. I do remember, when you do send your questions to info@BeSomethingWonderful, I do see them, or I try to get to them. There's a lot in there, right? But I do get to them, and I will sort them, so nothing gets missed. And even on the channel, although I'm not, sometimes I don't see everything. There's other eyes that are looking for me. And so we do try to get to it. I do try to make a video for that. So creators, I think, I think that's it for right now. Until next time, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom at Be Something Wonderful. Love you all. And it's hard to get through the whole stream of questions, but I'll look it over after the video, make sure that I get to your questions. Guys, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Caron with the Be Something Wonderful studio, live in Las Vegas, Nevada. See you soon. Bye, creators.